So very good morning, dear student. A warm welcome in today's science class. So dear student, as you know that in a previous or last class, we have discussed about the lenses and the different types of lenses. So in that we discussed about the concave lens and the convex lens. Means that are also known as a converging lens and a diverging lens. And in that class, we also discuss about the image formation by the concave and convex mirror. Means we see the different 6 cases is there in which where we kept the object means how the image is formed, what is the nature of image, either it is enlarged or diminished or the small or pointed, and what is the nature of the image, either it may be real or virtual or erect. So that we discussed already in the last class. Now today we are going to discuss first about the image formation by the concave lens. Okay, means what kind of images is formed in concave lens. So concave lens means everybody you know that this concave lens is what a diverging lens, which what the diversified means which spread the beam of light. Generally we observe, we see in the case of the headlight of a bike and car and torch, such light that we use. So there we use water, the diverging lens, which water diverging which spread the beam of light. So here this concave lens is also known as water, the diverging lens. So now you see in your textbook the page number 195, the image formation in the concave lens. Concave lens, as we everybody know that it's a water, the diverging lens, which diverges the beam of light. Hence the rays passing through the concave lens is diverge after the refraction, means spread at whatever the position we place the object. Means the position of object is whatever, कहीं पे भी आप ऑब्जेक्ट को प्लेस्ड कर दो, कहीं पे भी रख लो, लेकिन इसकी जो इमेज बनती है दैट इज ऑलवेज वाटर, द इमेज ऑलवेज फॉर्म्स ऑन द सेम साइड ऑफ lens. Just you see this one, this is the example of what a concave lens, and we kept this object here at infinity. Suppose that this object is at what infinity. Okay, this object is at infinity, and this ray is coming from this object. This is known as a principal axis, and this light is parallel to this principal axis, and after refraction it got a spread. Means because this is water, this is known as a diverging lens. ये diverging lens है जिनके लाइट को स्प्रेड कर देगा और मीन्स इस तरह से ये लाइट फैल जाएगी. लेकिन फिर यदि आप if you see this one, so it looks like it's appears back side of this ear. Okay, if you intersect this one, if we extend this light back side of this, it met at the point this F, and image is formed here. Means the same size of the lens just object जहाँ पे रखा है, place किया है, where we kept that object, the image is also formed at the same side. Another case we see here, this object is kept here and image is also formed here. Means at the same side. And second thing, the nature of the image to be the virtual and erect. Means always in the case of a concave lens, the image become what? The virtual and the erect. Means वो virtual होगा, which cannot be taken on the screen, and it become what? Erect. हमेशा सीधा होगा. Yesterday we discussed that in the most of cases, in 5 cases, the image became about real and what inverted, but here what erect and virtual image formed by the concave lens. So these are the what are the basic characteristics image formation by the concave lens. First thing, the image always form on the same side of the object, and second thing, the nature of image to be what that is always virtual and erect. So these are the two different cases. By this the two diagram we can clear it that the image is always formed on the same side of the object, and second thing this became what a virtual and a erect. These are the basic property of image formed by the concave lens. Now next we are going to discuss about the differences between this concave and convex lens. So now you see in your textbook here some differences are given in your textbook in a tabular form. We discuss one by one here. So please everybody you see in your textbook, take your textbook and open the page number 195. There are clearly some differences are given. So we discuss this differences. So first we discuss about the concave lens. About the concave lens. So as I told you that yesterday in class we also discussed some property, the basic properties about the concave lens. So concave lens is what the thin at the center and the blurs at the edges. Means just like this is the concave lens. So it's become what a thinner at the center and the blurs, or you can wider or thicker at the एजेस मीन्स सेंटर में जो है वो बिल्कुल थिन है और कॉर्नर पे एजेस में इट्स बिकम व्हाट वाइडर और यू कैन से थिकर और अब्लजेस. But if we see in the case of the convex lens, so convex lens is just opposite to this one that you see if we draw the diagram of this convex this time means at the middle it's become what thicker and the edges become what I will draw here this is what a convex. So from the center it's become what wider or you can say the thicker and edges become what edges become thinner. Okay, so this is the first difference between what this type of lens है. इस टाइप के लेंस आपको दिखता है वो कॉन्केव है और दिस टाइप लेंस इज नॉट एज व्हाट कॉन्वेक्स लेंस. सेकंड थिंग दिस concave is known as what a diverging lens means it's a diverged beam of light जो लाइट को क्या करता है रे को बिल्कुल डाइवर्सिफाई करता है मीन्स डाइवर्स करता है स्प्रेड करता है फैलाता है. बट कॉन्वेक्स इज नोन एज व्हाट कन्वर्जिंग लेंस जो लाइट की बीम को क्या करता है एक पॉइंट पे स्ट्राइक करता है, एक पॉइंट पे उसको बिल्कुल फोकस करता है. सो फर्स्ट द कॉन्केव लेंस इज डाइवर्जिंग द लाइट रेज आफ्टर द रिफ्रैक्शन बट द कॉन्वेक्स lens is converges the light rays at the point after the refraction. Third difference always forms a virtual and erect image on the same side of the lens. This concave lens always form the image on the same side and the nature of image became that what virtual and erect. But in the case of convex the mostly forms real and inverted. Mostly in the 5 cases we see yesterday, we already discussed yesterday that in most of cases, in 5 cases we see the nature of image became what the real and inverted. Next one, the fourth the point, the always form the diminished image means in the case of the concave in form of this one, in the concave lens always form the diminished means a small in a size of image is there. But if you are talking about the convex lens, so in the convex lens it can form the diminished same size and enlarged image means it also forms the diminished image, same size and enlarged image. So these are the differences between the concave lens and convex lens. So everybody you note down this differences in your notebook because it's important as a point of view of examinations. Now next we are going to discuss another phenomena that is called dispersion. So Another very important phenomena or a very important topic of this chapter, that is the dispersion. Dispersion means when we pass a white light, or you can say the ray of a sun, or any light, when any ray is passed through a prism, it can be split into the different 7 colors. This phenomena, this process is called the dispersion of light, means splitting of white light into the different 7 color, or into its constituent color, that is known as what a dispersion. Now suppose that we have one prism. Prism, you know, is a triangular shape optical instruments which is used to pass the light, and by passing the light, white light or sunlight split into the different 7 color, or into its constituent color. तो एक इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल जैसा एक कांच का इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड वाटर प्रिज्म, दैट इज कॉल्ड वाटर प्रिज्म. सो व्हेन वी पास ए लाइट, उस प्रिज्म में से जब भी लाइट को पास कर जाता है तो वो लाइट जो है सिंपल वाइट लाइट दैट कैन बी स्प्लिट इनटू डिफरेंट 7 कलर्स, जस्ट लाइक यू सी द डिफरेंट 7 कलर्स इन द रेनबो. That is in a rainbow, just like you see. This is the prism, and if we pass this light, so this light is split into different 7 colors, and this 7 color, the band of this 7 color is called what? A spectrum. Spectrum is nothing but it's a band of 7 different colors. This is a band of 7 colors. That is called what? A spectrum. And this spectrum, we are getting the different 7 colors, and that is called what? A view. Means these are the different 7 colors. This V means this violet, this I means indigo, this B blue, G means green, Y for yellow, O for orange, and R for this red. Means सबसे टॉप पे जो फर्स्ट क्लास होगा दैट इज व्हाट? वॉयलेट कलर, और सबसे ज्यादा जो है नीचे दैट इज रेड कलर. सो दिस इज द पैटर्न or arrangement of the different 7 color. So suppose that this is the light, red, or you can see this white light, white red. Suppose that this is coming from the sun. So this process, the process of splitting this white ray into the 7 color is called what? This phenomena is called dispersion. This is called what? Dispersion. So dispersion means what? The splitting of a white light into the 7 different constituent color is known as what? That is known as a dispersion. Okay, so means जब भी यदि white light को या sunlight जैसे आ रहा है या किसी भी light को अपन प्रिज्म से पास करते हैं, प्रिज्म, हाँ, this is called what? Prism. This is called prism. So whenever you pass this light through this prism, it is split into the different 7 color. This is called what? This phenomena is called what? Simply this is known as a dispersion. Now you see in your textbook the page number 196. Just we go through this textbook so we can understand more about these things. So in the previous class you have studied about the phenomena of a dispersion, means the splitting of white light into the 7 constituents color. That is, this means what? This is called what? That is known as a dispersion, or this process or phenomena is known as what? A dispersion. So actually the white light or the sunlight is made up of the 7 different colors. So we can say that from this we can say that this simple sunlight or a white light is made up of different 7 color. And these 7 colors is what? These all things: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red by the pure है ना. In simple, if you learn these things, you can identify all the different colors in a sequence wise accordingly. So white light passes through a prism, it gets the separated into the 7 different or its constituent color. The pattern so obtained after the water, the process of dispersion, that pattern is called water. The band of this 7 color is called a spectrum. Each color has a different wavelength, therefore each gets the deviated at the different angles resulting in the spectrum. Just you see that the deviation means कौन सा color कितना deviate हुआ है, that is depends on its wavelength. So सबसे जो कम wavelength है वो violet की है, सबसे जो ज़्यादा wavelength है this is called what, red. So red color have this violet is have what, lowest wavelength, and this red is have a highest wavelength. So these deviations can be seen according to what this wavelength. Okay. So therefore, when this spectrum enters another prism kept in the inverted position, the constituent colors recombine to form a white light. और फिर वापस यदि उसको एक दूसरे प्रिज्म में जो इन्वर्टेड फॉर्म में रखा हुआ है उसमें से we pass this light different 7 colors again, so we can again we obtain what, the simple light or a white ray or white light. So a prism can split white light into the 7 constituents colors. In nature, the rain drops act as the prism and splitting the sunlight, thereby creating the beautiful rainbows. During the rainy season, we see the rainbow formations in a sky. So this rainbow formation is formed by the process of dispersion, and there what are these droplets of water or droplets or raindrops behave like water prism. Okay, and that sunlight split into the 7 different colors and it forms a beautiful rainbow or different 7 colors. Oil drops on the road also produces this phenomena when the light falls on the dents. Similarly, we can see the multiple color pattern in soap bubbles. These are all due to the dispersion of light. And also you see that if some drops of the oil is split on the roadside, okay, so in that case also you see the beautiful different 7 color is there in the soap bubbles, है ना. If you जाग साबुन से जाग बनाते हैं वॉशिंग पाउडर से, तो ये जो उसके जो बबल्स होते हैं जस्ट लाइक बच्चे जो केक में बबल्स बनाते हैं, उस बबल्स में यू कैन सी द डिफरेंट 7 कलर्स पैटर्न. सो दिस ऑल 7 कलर पैटर्न्स और रेनबो इज फॉर्म्ड बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिस्पर्जन. मीन्स इन सभी के पीछे जो प्रोसेस है वो कौन सा है, डिस्पर्जन. सो डिस्पर्जन मीन्स इज नथिंग बट a process or phenomena of splitting a white light into its constituent colors or into the 7 color, that is called what, a dispersion. Now next we are going to discuss about the human eye. So human eye is behaves just like what, the camera. Okay, we have a study that we can see an object only if the reflected light from the object reaches to our eyes. Means whatever the things we can see, जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट्स हम देख पा रहे हैं वो लाइट जब हमारी आई से पास होकर इसका जो इमेज बनता है, रिफ्लेक्ट होने के बाद इमेज बनती है अपने, तो उस स्पॉट उस इमेज बनने के बाद ही वी कैन सी दैट ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, सो नाउ यू सी दैट इमेज इज फॉर्म्ड ऑन द रेटिना. सो रेटिना इज ए स्पॉट वेयर द इमेज इज फॉर्म्ड. ओके, सो जस्ट लाइक यू सी दिस ऑल द थिंग्स ना, आप मेरे को देख पा रहे हैं, मैं आपको देख पा रहा हूँ, पास में पेड़ खड़े हैं, हाँ, बाहर खड़ी हुई कार बाइक कुछ भी देख पा रहे हैं, तो उसकी इमेज हमारे रेटिना पे बनती है. हाँ, लाइट के रिफ्लेक्शन होने के बाद वो इमेज बनती है, तभी किसी चीज़ को अपन देख पाते हैं. इफ़ द इमेज इज फॉर्म्ड behind the retina or before the retina, in that case also we cannot able to see the object clearly. So in that case that is called what is the defect of eyes. वो क्या है, आइज के डिफेक्ट है. दैट वी ऑल्सो डिस्कस है ना, शॉर्ट साइटनेस, लॉन्ग साइटनेस, मायोपिया, हाइपरमेट्रोपिया, this all color blindness, these are the defect of eyes. So that we discuss later in this chapter. First we discuss about the structure of a human eye and their function and different parts. So our eyes are the sense organ but provide the sensory perceptions of the light. As you know that we have the different 5 sense organ, so this eye is also behave as a what, the sense organ, but it provides the sensations or perceptions against only the light. Let us understand in the details how the human eyes works and how it enables us to see the object around us, कि किस तरह से इसमें इमेज बनता है और किस तरह से आई जो है हमें कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट देखने में हेल्प करता है, मदद करता है. सो देयर आर द 2 eyes. We already know that we have the human being simply or all the organisms have the 2 eyes, means the number of eyes is 2, or we can say that a pair of eyes in human beings. The eyes is almost spherical in the shape with a blur. The size, उसका यदि शेप देखें तो वो स्पैरिकल है. आई की जो शेप जो है वो कैसा, वो स्पैरिकल है और ब्लर्ज है. ओके, so eye is covered with the eyelids that acts as a shutters, and it is covered with this eyelids. Eyelids क्या करता है, it protect the eyes from water, the dust particles or smoke or any others. कुछ भी अनवांटेड थिंग्स आई में जाने से उसको रोकता है. वो जो है that function is provided by water, this eyelids. So this eyelids provide a function as a shutter. Okay, just like धूल मिट्टी आपकी आंखों में आ रही तो फटाक से क्या होगा, आपकी जो आई का eyelid से शटर है वो डाउन हो जाएगा, यानी बंद हो जाएगा. So it prevents eyes from getting the dust, injuries and other harmful effects. The eyelids are closed during the sleep and whenever we are sleeping, so that time this eyelids also closed. Now next we are discuss about the different parts of our human eyes and what are the functions performed by the different parts. So everybody, you see in your textbook page number 197, we discuss one by one. First we discuss the cornea. So cornea means it is the outer part, the blushing part of the eyes. The outer part, this blushing part is known as what? Cornea. It's a transparent and allows the light to enter the eye. This cornea is a transparent part which allows the light pass through it. The cornea protects the eyes and helps in focusing the light. Cornea क्या करता है, ये eyes को protect करता है और light को focus करने में help करता है. Second, iris means the color of your eyes is depends on what iris. You see that some people have the blue eyes or black eyes, है ना, किसी की blue eyes होती है. So that color of eyes is depends on what iris. So iris, it is the colored part of the eye behind the cornea. The function of iris is to control the amount of the light entering by the increasing or decreasing the size of the pupil. And another function of this iris is what, it's control the amount of light, कि आपकी eyes में कितनी light जो है वो पास होगी, एंटर करेगी. वो जो है अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट इज कंट्रोल बाय दिस आइरिस बाय द क्लोजिंग एंड ओपनिंग द दिस प्यूपिल. जो आंखों के जो प्यूपिल है उसको क्लोज करता है या ओपन करके इट्स कंट्रोल द अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट. Iris also gives the distinctive color of the eyes. The pigment present in the iris is responsible for the color. As I told you that the color of eyes is also depends on the iris, and iris have one pigment. On the basis of that pigment it determine or confirm the color of eyes. It may be blue or a black, brown or a blue or a green type, different types. Next, pupil. It is the tiny hole in the middle of the iris through which the light enters the eye. Pupil क्या है, एक iris के सेंटर में एक होल है जो लाइट को एंटर होने देता है. ओके, through which the light is entered. Lens, it is transparent part. It lies behind the pupil and the iris. Iris और pupil के पीछे जो एक transparent part है, that is called what, lens, जिसके थ्रू लाइट रिफ्लेक्ट पास होता है. The human eye is convex lens made up of the protein. और हमारे human eye में जो lens है that is made up of what, protein, and the nature of lens we have that is convex, है ना, किस टाइप का कॉन्वेक्स लेंस है, एंड दैट इज मेड अप ऑफ अ प्रोटीन। द फंक्शन ऑफ लेंस इज टू फोकस द लाइट टू फॉर्म एन इमेज ऑन द कॉर्निया। कि लेंस का फंक्शन क्या है, ये लाइट को पास होने के बाद में, लाइट जब इस पे फोकस होता है, लाइट पास होने के बाद में इट फॉर्म्स द इमेज ऑन द रेटिना। So as I told you that if the image is formed on retina, only in that case we are able to see the object, otherwise we are not able to see the object. If the image is formed before the retina or after the retina, in that case we are not able to see the what object. Okay, या किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को, किसी भी वस्तु को, उस केस में we are not able to see. Okay, so what is the condition? Condition is that the image is always formed on the retina. Okay, आई के बैक साइड में एक स्पॉट होता है, that is called retina. तो रेटिना पे जो हमेशा इमेज बनेगी, तभी हम उस चीज़ को, ऑब्जेक्ट को क्लियरली देख पाएंगे। उससे पहले बनेगी, इन दैट केस वी आल्सो नॉट एबल टू सी दैट ऑब्जेक्ट, एंड बिफोर, पहले भी बने या बाद में बने, दोनों केस में वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी द ऑब्जेक्ट. Now next very important part that I already we discussed, retina. It is the lining behind the eyeball that acts as the screen on which the image is formed. Retina क्या एक spot है, screen है जहाँ पे image बनती है, किसी भी object की image बने. Just like हमने किसी पेड़ को देखा तो उसकी इमेज क्या पे बनेगी, दैट इमेज इज फाउंड ऑन दैट स्क्रीन, दैट इज कॉल्ड रेटिना, एंड दैट रेटिना सेंड दिस मैसेज टू द ब्रेन, एंड ब्रेन उसको क्या करेगा, रीड करेगा, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करेगा through the optical nerves. Okay, through the optical nerves this signal sent to the brain, and brain determine or classify that object, what is that object is, either it is a tree, pad or whatever. Okay, so retina has the numerous nerves receptors and send the signals to the brain where the image is finally perceived. As I told you there इसमें different types के receptors होते हैं, ऑप्टिक सेल्स नर्व्स होती है, ऑप्टिक नर्व्स क्या करते हैं, सिग्नल को ब्रेन तक पहुंचाती है. ठीक है, इट कंटेन द टू टाइप ऑफ रिसेप्टर, एंड दिस रेटिना हैव द टू रिसेप्टर्स, कोन सेल्स एंड रॉड सेल्स. इट्स हैव द रॉड सेल्स एंड द कोन सेल्स. So there are the two different types of the cells or the receptors that forms in a retina or in our eyes. There is the cone cells and the rod cells. So rods and cones, rods are the sensitive to the dim light and cones are the sensitive to the bright light. Rod cells जो है, this rod cells are sensitive to the dim light, यानी कम लाइट में अपन नाइट में भी देख पाते हैं because of this rod cells, और bright light में we can see the things because of this cone cells or cones receptors. So there are the two different types of the receptor in a human eye. Additionally, the cones sense the color. Then next the optic nerves. Optic nerves means these are nerves connected to the what from retina to brain. Means ये retina से brain तक connect होती है, and it can take the signals or image formed on the retina to the brain. They are the spherical or spatial nerve cells that carry the message or the stimulus from retina to the brain. Optic nerves क्या होती है, जो रेटिना से ब्रेन तक कोई भी सिग्नल्स को या इमेज फॉर्मेशन होने के बाद उसको सिग्नल्स को कैरी करता है. एंड वन अनदर इज द ऑडिटरी नर्व्स. तो ऑडिटरी नर्व्स क्या होती है, जो अपने ईयर से सिग्नल्स को ब्रेन तक पहुंचाती है, वो ऑडिटरी नर्व्स है, और आई से जो ले जाती है वो ऑप्टिकल नर्व्स है. Then the ciliary muscles, these are the spatial muscles. Ciliary muscles means they are spatial muscles that hold the lens in the position. Lens को position में hold करके रखता है. That's the function of what ciliary muscles. Also they change the focal length of the eye lens by the expanding or contracting. और ये जो है ciliary muscles expand करके contract करके सिकुड़ती है और फैलती है, जिसके थ्रू ये क्या करती है, फोकस लेंथ या फोकल लेंथ को एडजस्ट करता है. ओके, sclera, it is the visible white part of the eyes which is filled with the watery fluid. sclera क्या, ये visible part है जो watery fluid से, liquid से, jelly like substance से fill किया होता है, that is called what sclera. Then blind spot, one is the retina and a blind spot. Blind spot is the portion where no image is formed. The portion of the retina which does not have rods and cone cells, that is called what blind spot. So blind spot means this blind spot blind spot is a part of this retina. Okay, this blind spot is a part of retina where these small cells and rod cells are not found or absent. Means कि ये क्या blind spot यानी जहाँ पे किसी की जगह कोई भी image नहीं बनती है because of absence of this rod cells and the cone cells. Okay, so this is the portions of the retina which does not have rods and cones is called the blind spot. The optic nerves enter the eyeballs at this point. It is called the blind spot as it is not sensitive to the light and the image formed here is not visible because of this absence of this rods and cone cells. Means blind spot वो part है रेटिना का जहाँ पे इमेज बनती है लेकिन उसको अपन visible नहीं है, that is not visualized to us because of absence of these rods and the cone cells. Okay, so this is all about what the different parts of eyes and their function. The light from an object enters the eyes into the pupil. जैसे किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट से लाइट आती है तो वो प्यूपिल के थ्रू हमारे आईज में कैसे करती है, हाउ इट इज फंक्शन, सो वो हमारे आईज में एंटर करेगा. As the lens is convex, a real and inverted image is formed. As I told you that in the beginning we discussed that our eye is made up of what? Convex lens. And convex lens, as you know that it is always formed real and what? Inverted image. हमेशा वास्तविक और inverted image इससे में बनती है convex lens से. So it forms a real and inverted image on the retina. The rods and the cones in the retina converted this image into the electrical impulses. Means this rod cells and cone cells changes or convert that image into the this impulses or electrical signals. So these signals then are transmitted to the brain by the via optical nerves. यानी optical nerves के थ्रू फिर वो signals वो image को impulses में change करने के बाद में this change sent to the where to the brain और brain फिर उसको identify करता है. Okay, so these are the transmitted to the optic center of the brain through optic nerves. The final image is formed in the brain where the image is re-inverted and we are able to see the erect image of that object. Means this is the all the things, all the you can say the process or phenomena in the formation of a image in our eye and how it is sent to the brain. And also we discussed the different parts of the human eye and their function. So I hope you understood very well all these things. Once again you go through the textbook, read these chapters, all the topics once again very carefully. After that, if you have any difficulties, any problem, just you can ask through the WhatsApp or you clear your doubts through the Google Meet class. So for today it's enough, and in a coming class we discuss about the defect of vision. Means different types of defects or diseases related to our eyes. In that we discuss short sightedness or long sightedness, means myopia or hypermetropia, and color blindness, and then visual impairments or optical aids we discuss later in the coming class. So I hope you guys understood very well. If you have any type of doubt in your mind, clear it in a Google Meet class. Thank you. Have a nice day.